because there's sun. Sunny. Sun. There's, hey, there's that regen we were hoping for. No, you don't have to make it rain. Okay, let's just get the, we'll get the sun above the horizon. Does it want a solar flare? What's a solar flare? Alright, well, there's probably not much to loot here anyway. But let's get back down into town. Okay, we'll crouch. We crouch because we care. No, you don't. You do not need to give it your firstborn, Goofy. Sorry to disappoint you. No, Bumblebee, I never said it was a cooking ingredient. I said it was just a. It was something you didn't need to craft. It is already in the form that Goofy needs. Yeah, we're good there. Solar essence. Solar essence, you say? Well, the solar essence comes from the sun. The sun, well, the desert certainly has a lot of sun to it. Maybe that's worth a try. Maybe not. Who's to say? Hey, Vi, welcome in. Good to see you. How's things? But why does it want to eat it? Why indeed? I don't even know if there's anything in the visors or story mode. I'm just doing it out of habit now. Betrayal. I left him like I promised I would, and I waited here like you asked. Where are you? It's getting too cold to sit here. Pick me up at the old PO when you can, and let's get out of here. If you don't pick me up by midnight, I'm out of here on my own. Yeah, Vi, I hope the internet is behaving as well. It maybe, kinda, seems like it is, possibly. Okay, due to global economic realities that are well known to you, we are able to remain in operation. All banking services are hereby suspended until further notice. You only have one because you lost them all because you took them to make bombs. Okay, well that's unfortunate. I would, Goofy. I would still recommend taking that one and just see if that is what the game is asking of you. You had the child, Mazel Tov, Goofy. May and and may your first child be a masculine child. But good to see you, Meldron.
I'll be hungry later.
Oh, you again, thanks for watching. Oh yeah, Sleepy. playing story mode. Yeah, it was the bank manager's house
Must
key.
be the key to the bank manager's house.
That's what the flavor text said, Will. But good to see you, Meldron. Hope you're having a good weekend.
Excellent.
Not just any grape soda. Elliot already wants a second shot. That he's just a horny artist. Don't you let him tell you what to do with your body.
What have we here?
It's a baseball cap, Will. You watched the rest of the VOD? You had an appointment? Okay. Oh, no. Yeah, no worries. We did eventually have to call the stream early because of technical difficulties, to say the least. Oh, I'm so used to finding coffee here in abundance, but it's apparently not here in story mode. Boo. Good so far. I've been here for a stream for a while. You couldn't resist. Hey, we're glad to have you. And I know people have things to do. Then, especially if you're based in North America, it's
This stuff will come in handy.
yeah. I come on at an awkward time. Also, I'm cold in here. Wow. But yeah, happy to have you. And yes, Vi, we will definitely. We're definitely going to finish Cabernet. The plan is to do that Monday. We'll finish Cabernet. I got a demo or two still in the chamber. In the how was it the future games something? Another one of those games expos. In the last couple of days, I caught that, and there were some titles that looked promising. So we'll check those out. I don't know, Pride Bar. And then if we go through all of those, I did pick up a few games in the Steam Spring Sale, so we don't lack for options. Ooh,
That'll come in handy.
Quaffy. Appreciate the lurk there, Mildron. There's our free coffee. We at least got the one. You're enjoying the game you said at the end? Oh, well I don't... I mean, it feels like we're pretty much at the end, but I don't know how much end there is, so we could be at that for a while.
Could end up being useful.
Painkillers in the cash register. Sure. We don't have... We probably need to go to the bank manager's place to deal with that. About 7 or 8. 5. We'll call that 8. About 37-ish. So 8. 36. Come on now. Wow. 36 to 34. Papers, book, cash, cash, cash. Well, that was a massive waste of time. Yeah, I was with. Oh, what did you get in the spring sale, Vi? Okay, did we clean this place out? I think we did. Oh wait, no, we did not.
I think I can use this.
That's actually worse. You did it. Yay! And I did not skip anything over here, did I? I did not. Okay. How are you supposed to figure that without nudging from you? Honestly, I can't remember if there's any in-game hints about that, or if that's something you're just supposed to figure out by trial and error. Okay, that's going in there. We're gonna keep all that. There, she can have that. Okay, we're up to 1400. We probably want to find that pry bar before too long. How heavy are we? Decently heavy. Oh, can I get in here? I can. So what extras can we leave behind? We don't have a rifle, so we don't need that. Any extra clothing? We'll just pop in there. Extra meds. And you probably don't need 15 cattails in addition to 15 tinder plugs. Probably not. There we go. Now we have carrying capacity for days. And by days, I mean probably the rest of the day. Okay, let's see. Okay, the doggo is still going to town on the rabbits back there. Which means we should probably go this way. Oh yeah, we did get that note telling us to go to the post office. Why don't we do that real quick? Good lord, that's loud. You got Conan Exiles, Undertale, that's a good one. The Long Drive, The Red Lantern. Heard good things about that. Game about digging a hole. Oh yeah, the game about digging a hole. That's by the same people who did Solar Punk. Where we tried the demo for that. Heavy Rain and Finding Cat. Okay, I was wondering if there were any cat finding games in there as well. Ooh. Let's see, driving
I could
gloves.
use this.
Well, maybe leather. Town of Milton. Oh, hang on. Are we warming up? Well, it doesn't matter. Founded in 1911 during the early rush to mine coal in the surrounding mountains, Milton went through a boom/bust cycle throughout the 1900s, at one point peaking at about 1,000 residents. In the 2000s, it settled into the 100s, and post-collapse, the population has struggled to remain in the low double digits. Originally built along a supply route from the coastline leading into the interior, the old dirt path was eventually replaced by a paved highway in 1960. Its location about halfway between Port Mary and the interior mountains. Okay, Port Mary. First mention of that, we should probably remember that. Interior mountains gave it a natural advantage as a convenient stopping off point for fuel and supplies for miners, loggers, mill workers, and campers from the mainland. A dynamic that fueled the town's growth as the island's economy boomed in the 1980s. However, the construction of Great Bear Highway, aka Highway 15, meant travelers could easily bypass Milton on their way north, which in many ways triggered the gradual decline of Milton's importance as a gateway town. This decline was exaggerated even more in the post-collapse economic environment, where very few travelers or resource workers had reason to visit Great Bear. Eventually, apart from a few stalwarts and old-timers with deep roots in the area, Milton became, for all intents and purposes, a ghost town. Oh, Margaret, we have to stop accepting mail at Milton. We have no way of getting it back to the mainland, but we can't tell people that, or they'll know we've been holding on to it all this time. Find some excuse. Whenever you can, encourage people to use email or drone if they can afford it. I'll keep my eyes open for the mail van, but I don't hold out high hopes. I imagine Jack probably drove it into a tree again, somewhere way in the back 40. We're likely never to find it back. I should have stopped him from taking the truck while he was on the drink. I'll see what I can do to fix the situation. Hold tight. Though there's probably a bunch of undelivered mail back there that we're not going to get access to.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Who would need your socks, Will? Ooh, medicinal plants of Great Bear. How about use plants to cure maladies? Ooh, find herbs and prepare for some medicinal flora native to Great Bear Island. We've got side quests. Make 3 reishi tea, 3 OMB, and 3 rosehip tea. Well, oh, we're 1 OMB short. We can make 2 right now. The Finding Cat game you also offer 2 of your friends. You're on an island and search for cats. Oh, nice. And let's see, 1, 2, 3. Ooh, yeah, I'm not gonna spend 2 hours crafting rose hips, but it's good to know. We'll keep those on us for later. Okay, again, we crouch because we care. Did I put on the socks? I did put on the socks. Good. Okay. Nothing. Okay. So let's start by just working our way up and down the street. If memory serves, the bank manager's house is the fancy one with the Canadian flag out front. Tools? Why would we need tools?
That'll come in handy.
I struggle to come up with a reason why, but I guess we can hold on to them for now. Okay. Now there is that house up on that hill, and then there's a marsh in the back where there'll be a whole mess of cattails most likely. And if we can get our hands on those, then we can put most of the food intended for humans. We can give that to Grey Mother.
This stuff will come in handy.
Okay. Another pot? Yeah, we don't need that. Oh, those are empty. That's why I say, why can't I loot those? Because someone already did. Yeah, we already have another pot back at Grey Mother's, so that would just be superfluous. Oh, that candy bar. Well, it's a pity soda only gives us about 250 calories because we're finding a bunch of it.
I can always use more food.
And no, we can't search those, unfortunately. Okay, book. No. Ooh, bank deposit key 7. Oh, but the deposit boxes are in the safe, so we're gonna have to crack that open first. And me without my safe cracking tools. How are we for? Yeah, we got 1.5 liters plus 4 sodas. I think we're okay on water for now. Are we? Yeah. So just check up here. Okay, these are all toast. There's that house up on the hill. So then we'll come over here. We'll go down this side, making sure to look for wolves. Don't get lazy. It is still possible to die in story mode, despite what you might have heard.
I could eat anything right now.
Yeah, it's probably just because the right, because the notes in the visors, yeah, those came after episode 4, if I remember the timeline there. Hey, nice. Okay, so we're in the bank manager's office. More matches, lovely. So presumably,
I'll be hungry later.
you know what? I might just eat that right now, because that's gonna make us stinky. You played some of story mode several years ago. Yeah, because it's been. Wait, I think like.
I could use this.
When did it initially come? Like 2017, or was that the Redux? Or no, I think maybe 2017 would have been the original. I think the Redux happened like 2019 or so.
I better take this food.
You're halfway through episode 2. Oh yeah, because I remember. Yeah, because I've only done one playthrough, but I remember like well, it's like one particular part of episode 2 was, shall we say, particularly trying.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
And challenging. Well, mostly it tested my patience more than anything else. Took you 15 hours to complete episode 1.
I can use this.
Because you had trouble finding stuff. There we go. Yeah, understandable. Because like if you let me ask you this, Vi, was that your first exposure to the Long Dark?
This stuff will come in handy.
So especially if you're if the oh, there we go. Bank vault 1930-08. I mean, we probably don't have to put that in manually. But yeah, if that was your first exposure to the game, and like and this is the closest thing you have to a tutorial, yeah, you're gonna be missing a lot of stuff.
That'll come in handy.
You're not gonna know a lot of the mechanics you need. It was okay. Yeah, that makes a ton of sense. Yeah, that sounds like my first experience with the game. Like I said, it's the first thing I tried was story mode, and I very nearly killed our Will before he even got out of that ravine at the plane crash. I think it was like, I don't know if it was down to heartbeat, but it was down to like 15% health or so. So I get it. But then again, it does seem like story mode is like what you're quote unquote supposed to start with, because it's the teaching mode. It's the mode without permadeath. Okay, that's 2 rifle rounds in mailboxes. That feels more than a little threatening. You also started with story mode, Goofy. Yeah, and that again makes total sense.
This'll come in handy.
You see the story, but that's where you forget stuff. You forget where stuff is all the time. Yeah, there. It's like you're. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, well, I don't think it doesn't necessarily like assume knowledge, but it does. It helps a lot if you like if you know the map and well, and one is like, do you care about doing side quests, or you just here for the main story? That'll lengthen your playtime as well. Ooh,
Could end up being useful.
hey, fresh undies. Episode 3 made you rage quit, Goofy. What was it? Was it the Timbies? Because I met. It's like, especially if episode 3 is your introduction to Timberwolves, yeah, I can imagine that would
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
put people off continuing with the game because, well, then they're pretty much designed to be annoying.
I can always use more food.
Tearful, handwritten letter. Blotchy ink suggests whoever wrote it did it so while crying. I don't want to do this, but I don't have a choice. I just can't stay in Milton anymore. It's just too empty and sad. I know I promised to stick with you through thick and thin, but I never signed up for this. I'm sorry. I'll send food when I get to the mainland. I hear they have more there. Love, N. Oh yeah. We got the church. There's Grey Mothers. There's that. That's us. I do appreciate that they give you the full map and the little directional arrow. Right. We're supposed to go to the Orca, but we're little loot goblins. We got a pattern. We got a strategy. Okay, check over here real quick. Don't see anything. Okay. Nothing back there. Don't have a pry bar. You only bought survival mode in D. Oh, okay. So did you play story mode on a on your console then? Meldron, your first person watching Sleepy. Uh-huh. You're now watching the VODs back because you enjoy it so much. Oh, nice. And you're watching one other streamer play it, and now me. You're trying to pay too much attention, so when you're playing it, everything's fun. Okay, hey, that's totally fair. Because episode 5 is coming. We're told. Okay, no doggos, no doggos, no doggos. Lovely. Okay. Oh, hush. All right, we need one of these to make that third OMP. Now, let's grab Cattail so we can give Will something to munch on. Oh, I see shroomies too. We definitely want those. No, let's get our cattails first, though. Oh, you're back, Meldron? Okay. Yeah, I'm just saying, I completely understand not wanting things spoiled for you. And and for the record, I have no insider knowledge when episode 5 is coming out. I did not jump on this because I saw Raph posting on Blue Sky or what have you. I just felt like it was time. But yeah, if you want to partially dodge, keep yourself unspoiled, definitely. I understand, but and I will say this is going to be Okay, I have already 100%ed this, in that I already have all the achievements, but we are going to be trying to gather up as much lore as we can as we do this. So, if you want to remain unspoiled, we are probably going to go over territory that would be of interest to you. Now, I will say, it could very well be that it's going to take a little while still for episode 5 to come out, so you'd have plenty of time to forget, but I know not everyone is as committed to being forgetful as me. Didn't they say first quarter? Yes. Which is awkward because there's like 1 week of the first quarter left.
This'll keep the lamp burning.
I mean, it will, William, except for the fact you don't have a lamp. See, 0.4, 0.7, 0.2, 0.1, 0.1, 0.5, 0.3. The t-shirt is warmer. Okay, no, we're going to be breaking down a bunch of those and doing
I can
repairs.
use this.
0.4, 0.2, 0.8. There we go. Thank goodness. Get rid of that stupid baseball cap. Ooh, cave hidden cash note. Supplies hidden under a pile of rocks in a cave near the radio tower. I don't trust anyone anymore. People are getting desperate, and it's only been a few days since the power went out. I'm going to stash supplies in our special space above town. You know, near where we look at the stars together. We may need them before help gets here.
Well, well. What do we have here?
Is the baby ever not sleeping? It'll start when it moves. You'll know you can play with it. That's why you play a game. Oh, you have the stream on. Okay, you hear when things get funny or scary, or and you still have an idea what's happening most of the time. Like, okay, totally fair. And that, oh yeah, and that is, yeah, it is right up there above the radio tower, exactly where they said it would be. Ooh, we're actually almost, we're almost full. Now that's a bunch of stuff we don't necessarily need, but I think this would be a good time to go offload our bounty. Because it's only a little past noon. Bumblebee usually double time frame any time frame Hinterland posts. Uh, well, I don't. It sounds mean, but honestly, it's also pretty fair. Like they do come good on their promises. They do what they say they will do. When they say they will do it, maybe less so. So yeah, a little healthy skepticism is no bad thing. Even though we do still support them, and want nothing but the best for our friends up at Hinterland. Well, we jump in here? Yeah, we'll jump in here. Let's get the... Yeah, Vi, I know. We don't even have well fed yet.
Can't have too much water.
So, but we're still gathering up caloric value for Grey Mother. Pay no attention to the fact she's getting all the low condition stuff. That's just pure coincidence.
I'll be hungry later.
They've been saying they will release it since 2023. I mean, yeah, they made that is a factually accurate statement, Goofy. And we are officially cucumbered. Yay!
I better take this food.
Ooh, a toquay! Folks, we got an official Canadian toquay. Yeah, that should probably go on the outside. There we are. They come through in the end just a little optimistic about, yeah, yeah. And,
I could use this.
Raph admitted as much. He was, they were overly ambitious in their timeline. Given the size of team they have and the resources at their disposal.
I'm gonna have to leave something behind.
Huh? Oh, that goes there. Eh. Okay, but yeah, since we are officially cucumbered, now we really need to go back and share the wealth. We're engaging in mutual aid here. No, nope. Yeah, nothing in the visors. We haven't found anything in the visors. Is that going to stop me from checking the visors? Nope. Oh, hang on. Okay. Okay, check for doggos. Checking for doggos. I think I saw one disappear over there. My memory is that there's something at the burned out schoolhouse over here.
This is just terrible.
But what? Oh, there. Yeah, this very sneakily hidden. Susan, the meds I found on my last trip are at my place, out back. You know the spot. Remember, we have to make these last as long as we can. I know things are bad right now, but please help me with this. If you get sick again, I don't know what I'll do. T. Okay, check here. Oh,
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
there we go. That's the Will we all know and maybe possibly love. I mean, no question if you're sweet. Sweet is very sweet on Will, but everyone else, well, less so. Oh, that's a wolf. I saw that wolf. Don't think I didn't see that wolf. Because I saw that wolf. I was walking around here, no... Yeah, right there. No torch, no flare, just gallivanting about. And if I'd kept that fish on us, who knows how that would have ended. Yeah, I really should. How we? Oh right, yeah. We can. Yeah, because we have a bunch of tea and coffee, and the tins.
This'll come in handy.
Yeah, the tins don't count for the calories. But if we prepare the tea and coffee, those do count, and then we can make use of that fancy 6-burner stove. Tina, yeah, you're in good company there, Vi.
I can always use more food.
And as ever, this is not a slight on not a slight on Mark Meir, a consummate professional, a very talented voice actor in his own right. It's just the way Will Mackenzie is written, he's a little on the annoying side at times. Okay. That cook raw meat before eating to avoid dangerous afflictions. Thank you, game. Like
This stuff will come in handy.
on a cooking service or by using a pot. Oh yeah, because you wouldn't necessarily have a skillet, would you? Okay, yeah, we're right up the road from Grandmother. So if there are doggos about, well, we'll have places to duck into. Right. I might just leave that out front and we can come back to it. Yeah, I think we only found the one sewing kit, right? Yeah, and that poor thing is going to get a workout.
Plant fuel. Could be useful.
Okay. Now we're almost 10 kilograms over. We should... Yeah, we should offload. There you go. We'll come back for that. Grandmother kissed the rat. Well, most likely, yeah, she'll get eventually. Yeah, when we do our cookathon, we'll make sure she gets the goods. Yeah, she gets the goods there. Okay. Anything?
I could eat a horse.
And that's saying a lot because you love horses? Or is that someone else's line? Okay, yeah, put the canned goods in there. Okay, oh, that's 4,700. That's not that much. Fine. We can still take stuff out. Okay, we need 800 more calories. Oh, I think we're done. Are we? Yeah. Okay, so we probably do we need to talk to Grandmother? Okay, we will real quick like. Let me do a little inventory management. The peak of any long dark run through. Yeah, we might need those later. Okay, those are fine. Right. Spares for repairs. Oh, right, I forgot. There's the move all to container button, so anything you're not wearing automatically goes in. That's very helpful. Yeah, I don't know why we would need those. We don't even have a dang lantern. Although, maybe I should keep one on us in case we come across one. Yeah, 14 pieces of cloth. Maybe not. Okay, there we go. Oh, let me feed Will before he starts complaining mid-conversation, which would just be rude, frankly. There we go. That'll keep our growing boy tided over. No? Oh, we have to go to the Orca. Well, fine. If that's the case, then we'll just, we'll just stash even more stuff here. How are we? Oh, yeah, we're carrying almost 2 kilograms of rose hips. Gee, I wonder why we're why are we so heavy? There we go. That'll help. Okay, so yeah, we have. Oh, do we? Oh, I think there's probably a story beat happening at the Orca. That's why we're required to go. Or is it? Where where is it? Yeah. That's where Methuselah is. I think. Pretty sure. Well, if not, we'll find out pretty soon. Oh, do we need a pry bar? I think we might. Well, hopefully there's hopefully there's one there. How did Methuselah get in there without a pry bar? Who knows? Yeah, so we filled up, but we we well, it's not quite a sequence break. It's just we're too good at looting. That's the thing. Yeah, that's the ticket. We're so good at looting, the game doesn't know what to do with us. Okay, does it look like the Orca's lit from the inside? It's hard to tell. Okay, flare shell, coal. Odd place for that to be, but all right. Okay, nothing. Pry bar? Not seeing a pry bar. Oh, because we don't need one. Now, real quick. Since this isn't the mode of the game that sticks a moose right up by the camp office, why don't we check that real quick? Oh, but do you ever find out just who Methuselah is? There are beg pause number 20. Ooh, okay. I will say, Melderon, there are lots of theories, but as of yet, we have no confirmation on anything. So feel free to speculate to your heart's content, because right there's no evidence proving you're wrong so far. Park warning notice. Due to the unfortunate accident, the Milton and Area Parks Board can no longer condone the use of the climbing area within the park boundaries. Additionally, recent seismic activity has brought the safety of several some common routes and climbing sections into question. We are reviewing safety policies and will publish findings as soon as possible. Until then, please refrain from using designated climbing areas in the park. Signed, M. Antonides, Milton and Area Parks Board. Oh, there's the Ninja Orchestra sneaking up behind us again. You let the character and love to know more about him. Oh, yeah, that would be. I would say if Hinterland doesn't at least give us a nudge like who Methuselah is. There gonna be some people who are very annoyed because otherwise, why? Who? Why? What was the point of all that? Okay, loot. Man, not even a soda here. In sandbox mode, there's usually a soda up on those benches. At least I think outside of Loper. Excuse me. Ooh. Oh, there. Okay. Well, there's our soda. Another. Okay. History of the class, part 2. Okay. We're sequence breaking. We're skipping to part 2 without reading part 1. For places like Great Bear, already quite remote and suffering after decades of economic decline, the sudden collapse was the final straw. Without any major local economic drivers of their own, the remaining communities on Great Bear became completely dependent on a supply lifeline from the mainland. Regular shipments of basic staples designed to keep them alive, fuel, food, medical supplies, etc., in many ways akin to World War II era wartime rationing. In exchange for regular supply drops, the mainlanders, in some cases at the behest of economic overlords south of the border, more Americans meddling in Canada's affairs, felt justified in taking whatever supplies and raw materials they needed to maintain the urban communities, including dismantling some of the heavy industrial infrastructure left on Great Bear. Okay, more shells for a flare gun we don't have.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Ooh, stim, nice. Fleece cow, that could be very good. 1.2. It is actually warmer than our starting Tokwe.
I'll be hungry later.
Well, oh yeah, we did. Another flare shell. Sheesh. Yeah, we got the Orca. We gotta go to the Orca. Just, ooh, oh wow, look at that. That is a gorgeous poster right there. But if only there was a store selling merchandise of this video game for personal computer that I could buy and find another way to support the developers with my Monet. Wherever would we have to find such a thing? I ask you, chat. Okay, so we do, or we should, I say, be able to just walk into the Orca. Now, can we take the back door? Yes, we can. Okay. Let the looting commence. Um, let's, okay, nothing. Oh, me. Oh, that's only half a liter. Okay, that we'll go ahead and take. Ooh. Wait, do I not have a bedroll? I do not. And now I do. Hey, here we go. History of the Collapse Part 1. Okay, we went a little out of order, but it's fine. In the mid-20XX, the ongoing global economic crisis, fueled by continued political instability in the US and Europe, can't imagine why they would think that would be a thing, contributing to increasing volatility in the financial markets, led to the sudden catastrophic collapse of the Canadian and, in general, the North American banking system. This immediately rendered Canadian currency worthless, triggered superinflation of the US dollar, and all trade and economic activity promptly shifted to the Chinese yen or cryptocurrencies, a la Bitcoin. Crippled economically, Canada was brought under the financial oversight of the North American Economic Zone, which positioned Canada as a kind of protectorate of a larger US-based economic bloc. From this point onward, the majority of economic activity became centralized on Canada's already densely urbanized population, with smaller rural and remote communities being essentially cut off. Without a local economic lifeline, many of these communities have become dependent for their continued existence. Most rural or remote communities became hollowed out as people fled to urban areas in search of greater economic stability. Screenshotting that for no reason whatsoever. Now the loony being overtaken by the yen or cryptocurrency, maybe not imminent, but I I hope the other bits of that don't turn out to be prescient. Ooh, peaches, peaches, peaches. Oh, and highway robbery. Hey, bud. Sorry if you're hanging like this with the storm and the power and everything, but it sounds like it's all gone to hell out of the upper bridge tonight. Car's broken down, a mess, and some rich mainlander won't budge from his truck. He probably thinks we're all a bunch of
I need
bandits
to find food.
waiting to rip him off. Usual story. Anyway, me and Jason are going to go up there and see if we can talk some sense into him before the storm gets even worse. I'll sort you out in the morning. Thanks, Peter. Okay, well, we done what we can for Grey Mother, so I think we would be justified for helping ourselves to a little bit of Dusty Peaches, which sounds like a great pseudonym. There you go, William. And you know what? You've been doing so well. Help yourself to a sody as well. Chase that natural sugar with some unnatural sugar. Yeah, it's probably good. Milton didn't have a dentist, because with all the candy and soda knocking around here, they would have made a mint. Ooh, quackers, lovely. Oh, nope, 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 don't need that. Just give me your salty quackers. Loot? No. No, okay. Duh! Son of a bitch, Methuselah. Don't sneak up on me like that. You trying to kill Will with a heart attack? My god. Oh, a lantern. Finally. Killing a rosin oil. Tunzi, yeah. Lots of side quests. I love it. Oh, here. Oh, here. Talking to the Looney Collapse. So 1 Canadian gets you 23 cents American. That's not great. General noticed Orca gas locations on Great Bear Island, as we are no longer in position to ensure adequate and timely supply deliveries from our mainland distribution centers. We regret to inform you that we must reduce the frequency of our supply deliveries to once per quarter. Oh. As such, we are relaxing restrictions on using local suppliers. This applies to our remote locations only. All Orca gas locations on the mainland must continue to source their merchandise from approved providers. Can I? Am I going to steal that man's coffee? Maybe. It's a definite maybe. Okay. Let me just do another quick pass here, make sure I didn't miss anything. See, there's a soda I missed. There's coffee I missed. Okay. Well, if there's that much coffee knocking around, maybe we'll let Methuselah have his 1 cup of joe.
Too much stuff to carry.
Hush, William. We have lore to explore. Also, you're like 4 kilograms over. My dude, it could be so much worse. Oh, this is very atmospheric. Hello, unknown. It's a popular name around these parts.
Well, another stranger. Have you escaped the town?
Escape the town?
I'm right here, man.
No, I just arrived.
Not a refugee from the highways, then. You look weary, traveler. Come, warm yourself by the fire.
Who are you?
I'm nobody,
Hi, nobody.
but you can call me Methuselah. I'm here to witness the passing of an age.
What do you mean, the passing?
Don't you see the signs?
They say Orca. Also, if you look at the back. Batteries, $160. Okay. More lore. Yeah, so you're strange.
You seem oddly familiar, old man.
Why?
Is that right?
Why would he seem familiar?
Yeah. And this whole place feels strange and empty.
The quakes changed everything here years ago. Great Bear's back was broken, and it's been laid low ever since.
Then what are you still doing here?
Aren't we here to witness an apocalypse of an apocalypse, you and I?
What?
No one thought the world would end this way, but how could they not have seen it?
It's probably just the storm. Power failure. I'm sure everything will be back to normal in a few days.
I'm not sure anything will ever be back to normal.
And yes, when I heard the "no one thought the world would end this way," my mental jukebox did go to the Friends theme. I had to hold myself back from going clap 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 clap.
What is this town? I don't recall seeing it on any maps.
This is Milton. Paradise Lost. It's a town of the old world, discarded, left behind. You won't find much hope.
I need to find my friend.
I'm not sure you'll find any friends here.
Oh, Methuselah. Well, not, a stranger is just a friend you haven't met yet.
Any idea why all the cars are stalled and left behind?
They all stopped running. People abandoned them. Nothing but metal coffins now.
You always this cheerful?
Yep.
My heart weeps for you, stranger. My days are nearly finished. But you'll have to live with what remains.
Okay, so
I'm looking for my friend. She was with me when my plane crashed. But it looks like she must have made it out alive. Have you seen anyone pass by here?
Many people have passed. All have gone into the town. I haven't seen any come back.
how would you see anything? Like the windows are all opaque, whether from frost or boards or what have you. We good?
Go safely, and good luck to you. I hope you find what you're looking for.
If by that you mean some narrative structure, sure. Okay. Now we are told to return to Grey Mother. Okay. Oh, that's... Yeah, it seemed way darker in there, but that's okay. Okay, so I'm just... Alright, I'm going off the... So, okay, when I did my... I did a film studies, 101 course while I was in undergrad. And one of the bits that stuck with me was... And the professor talked about it, and then the textbook he was using, reinforced it that, directors, they don't do things just to do things. Nothing is just because. Things, whether it's TV or film, or now we're stretching it to video games, things are there for a reason. So, if Will says Methuselah looks familiar, I feel like there's a reason for that. So what might that be? Does he look like his father? Does he what other connection, even however tenuous, could there be? Okay. Oh, Grey Mother, do we have some updates for you? But first, I need to just do a little offloading here. There we go. Okay, anything we're not wearing, go boop. Let's hold on to this, and okay, we'll move one of those in there. That'll do. Okay. Oh, do we have an even? Yeah, even 200 rose hips. 2 kilograms just of rose hips. Because if it's worth doing, it's worth overdoing. Okay. Yeah, return to Grandmother. Yeah. Yeah, Grandmother, you're not going to believe this shit. There's someone else in this town.
On the way into town, there was an old man. Glasses, big beard, walking stick. He seemed a little odd.
A little, Will.
Doesn't sound like anyone from Milton. Most of the elderly have gone. Or died. I'm the only one left. The only one from the old days.
The old man outside of town, Methuselah, he said he'd seen other people walking towards Milton.
Other outsiders? It's possible.
Where would they be? Maybe my friend was with them.
If they were outsiders, they might have stayed in the old schoolhouse.
Oh.
In the months after the quakes, people used to huddle there for the warmth of the school's old coal burner. Rare outsider coming through Milton might stay there the night. If your friend came through Milton, chances are she ended up there.
I have bad news about the schoolhouse.
Have you been able to remember anything else about that night? Anything that might help me find my friend?
I'm back in that night. Wind howling. Voices passing through town. I can hear them. Just outside the window. It's windy, but the voices carry. They are yelling. Her voice, it passes through town. She's running. She's alone, calling for help. But no one comes.
Why didn't anyone help her?
Yes. Why didn't they? They should have.
Maybe there was no one to help.
They should have found her before it was too late.
Anything else you can remember might help.
They said men came from the tunnel.
What about the tunnel?
The only way out of Milton. The only way through the mountains. It's the only way she could have gone.
Okay, so I guess that's where we're going next, although it'd probably be in the daytime. Okay, the tunnel leading out of Milton, investigate. Oh, and this note was not there before. Weather warning. Heavy snow and record low temperatures expected. Scrawled in handwriting below. She won't like it one bit, but we'll need to check on her. Someone has to. Add extra fuel to Grandmother's wood bin. Well, that's easy. Did it say how much? Okay, so we got those. We got a couple supply caches, highway robbery. Oh, and they okay, add extra fuel and extra calories. Okay, so good thing we kept all that food. Oh, there we go. Thank you, game. Thank you for making me look silly. We good? Ooh, not quite. How about now? Okay. Well, we'll get the rest soon. Let's find the fridge. Okay. Yeah. We'll keep the coffee on us. Yes, sodas are fine. There's water aplenty to be had out there. And any other canned goods, yeah, we don't need to be carrying those around. Where does that leave us? Oh, nope. Oh, wow. Actually, we still need a fair bit. Okay, fine. Yeah, give her the crackers. Those are all very calorie dense. Okay, we just need another 1,700 calories. Do we have that? Okay, 450 calories. Okay, what do we have that's 450 calories? We got 300, 300, 250, 300. Okay. Good. Oh, yeah, the tea. Okay, the tea. Yeah, okay, we'll do the tea and the chocolate bar. No, that won't do it. We need 450. Okay, the chocolate bar and the granola bar. Or we'll do that and the sardines. How about that? Good. Good. Okay. So we see, that's probably like another, I don't know what unit they're using there. They're 10 hours worth, question mark? There we go. Completed that objective. Did I leave any more? Not really. We didn't. Yeah, we've stashed all the fuel. That's fine. We'll make it work. Oh yes, give me my reishi and my rose hips. We can process those before we sleep. Okay, and now we we can actually see what we're doing when we go upstairs. What luxury, I tell you. So we'll do a quick look around. There's probably not too much. Oh, hello. A sewing primer. Repair clothing items. Yep, I was planning on that game. Thank you for the reminder. Oh yes, let's do our little shimmy, our little dance. See if there's anything hiding behind here. And oh, in story mode there actually is nothing behind there. Today I learned. I guess the bad men really did come take everything. Okay. Alright, we'll go ahead and put that away. We'll go, yeah, Will's been so, so good, so on his feet today. We'll reward him with a couple granola bars for dinner. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I'm not. I'm just gonna ignore that. Okay, we'll give him a good 8 hours.